日本時間2月13日、ドジャースのウィル・スミス捕手とウィル・クラインが MLB ネットワークの番組、ホットストーブに出演し、昨年のワールドシリーズでフル回転の活躍を見せた山本由伸について振り返りました。スミスは山本の投球を振り返り、あのマウンドに立つ姿は信じられなかった。俺たちには彼が必要だったと語り、ポストシーズンでの存在感を称えました。また、ドジャースのデーブ・ロバーツ監督も、WBC に出場する山本と大谷翔平への思いを明かし、両選手の調整やコンディション管理について言及したということです。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Completed World Series. Will Smith joins us, three-time World Series champ, three-time All-Star. Will, good morning. Good to see you, man.
Yep, good morning, guys.
Hey, so I want to start with this because back-to-back World Series, deep runs into the fall. Last year, I mean, I can't imagine the workload, what it did to your body. You're playing in the World Baseball Classic this year. How are you maintaining yourself? Talk about the protocol.
Yeah, no, we got good athletic trainers, good strength coaches. Yeah, like you said, the World Series kind of wiped me out. Especially that 18-inning game. But yeah, no, I just take November off basically. I don't do anything November, and then come December, start working out. In January, we're back at it. So it's kind of just a routine now. It's worked, and yeah, I don't know, just kind of keep going.
Well, the 18-inning game was early in the series.
Game three.
Yeah, game three.
So you're sitting there going, man, we got to get through this. When you come back after the 18-inning game, what are you thinking? Are you looking long haul the series, or is it like, we got to wrap this up right away?
No, I wasn't really thinking after that game, honestly. I was getting IVs, just surviving, just in survival mode. Come back the next day, try to win. I think we dropped the next two games, unfortunately. It would have been nice to win those two, but had to travel back to Toronto. But yeah, I'm just glad we ended up winning it. So it was worth it.
So can you equate it to somebody at home, what that does to your knees, to your legs, what it might feel like? Maybe they're lifting weights or maybe they're jogging. Can you compare it to anything for somebody?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, I was cramping up come the 13th or 14th inning. So you ever get cramps? You ever just out running and you want to quit?
I mean, I can't even squat for 30 seconds. I'm sorry. That's just unbelievable.
Yep. Yeah, it was just conserve as much energy as you can, and hopefully this game ends as soon as possible.
Young legs, man. Capable of doing a lot. I know that we've spoken with a lot of your teammates, with Dave Roberts, about the mindset in camp this year. Hadn't been a three-peat in a long time, Will, and the targets have been on your backs for a long time now, whether you're trying to three-peat or not. What kind of motivation and what kind of camp does that lend to for you guys in Camelback Ranch?
Yeah, it's obviously the goal this year is to win a World Series. That's our goal every year with the Dodgers. We've got a really talented clubhouse, bunch of good guys. The last couple of years we've gotten along great. Just leaned on each other. So yeah, that's the plan this year. Is to win another World Series. It's gonna be tough. There's a lot of good teams. We can have all the talent in the world, but we still got to go out and do it. And it's gonna be fun. Teams are gonna be coming for us, so we're gonna be getting everybody's best, but we're used to that. So it should be an exciting year, and should be get another push.
All right, I hope I deliver my question properly here because it could come off wrong, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Oh, I love when we get these.
So my thought is you are really one of the core of the club. You're like the nucleus now. And before it was like Shohei, Mookie, Freddie. It's almost like the core four of the Yankees. They always left out a guy. You're part of that big core now. When did that start to feel like maybe they're pitching me different, I'm getting recognized, that I'm starting to do some damage, and they started to respect you a little bit different? Did you notice that at all, and when did that happen?
Not really. No, not really. I mean, I feel like kind of more of a veteran guy now, I guess, in the league. Still not as veteran as some of my teammates and all that and some guys, but yeah, I definitely feel like I've performed pretty well the last few years. The guys in the clubhouse, we always love each other, and so I just do my job. I think guys respect that. Guys look up to me. The pitchers, we have a good relationship with all our pitchers. I think that goes a super long way, just lasting throughout a year and in the postseason, is how well I can assist them and kind of lead them. So yeah, I mean, I just try to quietly do my job and let Freddie, Mook, all those guys kind of be the superstars that they are.
Well, you're right in there. But I'm going to ask you about one other superstar. We got about 30 seconds for this answer. When you saw Yamamoto get up in the 18th inning after he pitched, or whatever inning that was, what were you thinking?
I mean, it was crazy. I told him after Game 6 when he had just come back again or whatever. I was like, hey, just be ready for Game 7. You never know. And he's looking at me like I'm absolutely crazy. And then sure enough, he's out there. Yeah, that was what he did that whole postseason during the World Series. Just mowing guys down. Getting out there. It was incredible. And we needed him. And just for him to go out there and do what he did was so special. And I'll always remember what he did for us.
Will, take me back to that night, that 18-inning game. What were you thinking in the moment? Because we were just saying there was no one else to warm up. Did you know that you were going to go past? If Freddie hadn't hit that, were you going to go further? What was your conversation like? I have so many questions. And also, how many times still, February, do you think of that moment a day, a week?
Yeah, I mean, running out there, like knowing you're the last guy, it was kind of a cool feeling knowing it kind of like relied on you. It just gives you like the little extra like giddy up in adrenaline, like, if I'm not going to let us lose this game, it kind of just spurs you forward a little bit more. But I kept coming out like hoping we would score, but every time they're like, just keep going. I was like, all right, I'll keep going. I'll go through another one. But then after I came in that fourth one, they're like, you're done. I was like, I know we don't have anyone else out there. Like, who's going in? And they say Yam, and I turn down there and like the guy's like full go off the bullpen, a day removed from a complete game. And I was just like, there's no way, like, please win it now. And Freddie does things that Freddie does. And we got this save Yama for back later on, luckily. So who knows how it ends if he doesn't do that. But yeah, I was pretty gassed after 4, but I would have kept going if they needed it. And then they said Yama was gone. I was like, oh my God, this guy is built different. And then obviously a couple of days later, he showed us that he was really built different. So that was really cool. And I feel like every day, like when I'm on Instagram or Twitter, I see like some different like clips of it that I'll watch it if it's on my screen, but I don't like go like watch the full game. I like to let it like be. But if I see it, like especially like just all of the World Series highlights, because there's always stuff I forget that happened. So I like to go back and like just watch the whole series, like snippets, and so it's kind of cool getting to relive that a little bit.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, it seems like Yamamoto, Ohtani, just kind of from what I heard, it looks like they're kind of ready to go almost already, obviously, with the WBC thing here. How do you kind of manage them, I guess, between now and whenever they leave?
Well, yeah, Yamamoto is sort of going to be on an island, given his early ramp up, throwing to hitters and all that kind of stuff, ahead of where the other guys would be. Shohei looks fantastic. So he'll be ready for the WBC. But yeah, those guys will certainly be accelerated versus everyone else.
We'll probably see them in kind of those early Cactus League games before they go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could we see Yamamoto making a couple starts maybe before leaving?
So he's going to be throwing to hitters here in the next couple days. So I think that I got to talk to Mark prior and figure out exactly what that looks like as he builds it out. So I can't speak to that right now, but I don't know when he's going to be leaving us to be going to join Team Japan. So all that matters, and I'm not sure exactly right now.
Do you have any kind of, I don't know, hesitation or I don't know, right? Do you wish, I guess, that he doesn't throw that much in that tournament, or he just kind of, once he's gone, you're expecting him to just kind of go full bore, and that's that?
You know what, I think that for me, I'm okay with, once we all came to the decision that he's going to play and participate, I'm just rooting for him to pitch well and stay healthy. So I don't think that I'm kind of looking at it any other way. We've already kind of came to that decision, so I'm excited for him.
The other WBC guys, Diaz, Kim, Will, they're here ready too?
They are all here.
Okay.
So make sure one thing. You don't see. You say you don't know when Yoshi's leaving.
I don't, and nor Shohei.
Shohei's still not pitching WBC?
No.
Is it possible that it's going to change?
I don't think so. I mean, I think anything's possible, but I think that, we're all mindful of what's the best for him personally, and slowly build up. And I think him being a part of Team Japan in any capacity is a big win, and he wants to do that for his country.
Is he going to be your opening day starter?
Well, we're way away from that. I don't know yet. That's a ways away.
Speaking of Shohei, how many outfits does he need before he leaves?
You know what? I don't know the number. I know he does a good job of taking at bats on the backfields. He'll take some game at bats. Honestly, Shohei is different in the sense that when he feels good, he feels good. So that's probably the question for Shohei. I just trust his thoughts.
With Yamamoto, you talk about kind of trusting Ohtani to kind of know his body and stuff, right?
Yes.
Yamamoto's obviously got an entirely kind of different training program, right? Yada Sensei and all that stuff. That said, he is a smaller guy.
Yep.
A couple years ago, he did have shoulder issues. How much do you kind of trust, you guys as an organization, I guess, trust him, as opposed to maybe, kind of try to preempt some stuff by getting ahead of things and maybe kind of limiting him in some ways?
I think that first off, we trust him. I trust him. I will say that he let me and the training staff manage him last year. And I think that he always wants to and feels that he needs to keep pitching, which is great. But I do think that we've kind of got a rhythm where we know when to push him, when to pull back, and taking in his whole workload. That's still front of mind for all of us. And I do think that there's a trust with Yoshinobu that he believes that how we manage him is best for him and the team. But I will say I still trust, because of his delivery is good, his work is so good that, he does a great job taking care of himself.
Will it be a six-man rotation again?
I think early it's hard to say it won't be. How beholden we are to that for how long, I don't know, but I think it's easy in the sense of to say that because the early part of the season, we're very mindful of giving guys rest to keep guys built up. I think that lends itself to that. It's hard to say right now who those participants are. It really is. But I do think that with the starting pitching depth we have, it makes sense right now as I sit here right now. But how that looks, at the end of April, I'm not sure yet.
Ohtani and Yamamoto last year pretty much made once a week start. Is that going to be a plan again?
I think so. But Yoshinobu is up for anything. And
Clearly.
but yeah, clearly. But I think that's fair, certainly to start.